Hello everyone. In our series Taxation of Non-Resident and Withholding Tax Obligation under Section 195, today we will discuss a very important topic, taxation of non-resident in case of fee for technical services. The very specific provision under the income tax is Section 9, subsection 1, clause 7, which deals with the taxability of fee for technical services in the hands of non-resident. So, according to clause 7, subsection 1 of section 9, any income by way of fee for technical services payable by government to non-resident is taxable. Government by resident to non-resident is taxable. There are two carve-out. The one carve-out is if it is used for the business or profession outside India, and if it is used for the income, earning any income source outside India, then it is not taxable, otherwise it is taxable. And the third is payable by non-resident to non-resident. It is taxable only in two situations. One situation, if the non-resident is using those services for the business and profession carried out in India, or for earning any income from a source in India. So now the another question arises, what is fee for technical services? Explanation 2 of the same clause define fee for technical services means fee for technical services means any consideration including lump sum consideration for rendering managerial, technical and consultancy services. But it excludes certain things. It excludes consideration for any construction, assembly or mining or similar projects. And second exclusion is the exclusion is relating to the consideration paid for as salary in the hands of the non-resident. So definition is very simple. It is managerial, technical and consultancy services. But the problem starts. What is technical, what is managerial, what is technical and what is consultancy services? Nowhere it is being defined. Under the Income Tax Act it is not defined. Even up to 2017 it is not defined into the international tax framework. But in 2017 the UN Model Commentary has included article number 12A, in which it has included the clause of fee for technical services and using the same word. But before 2017, these words has been decided in huge number of cases, because this is the most litigated area. What is managerial? What is technical? And what is consultancy? So we will see these terms. They are one very common thing. There is a human intervention into this. And this is for, and the another important thing is this is for a specialized services, not for the general services. So human intervention means if these services is being rendered by a human having specialization as a managerial services. What is managerial services? It will take the clue from the model commentary, UN model commentary. Then it says, what is managerial? Managerial means to manage. To manage what? Manage a business or a business process. For that particular purpose, it may be based on certain experience, knowledge and skills. But manage certain functions of the business is managerial consideration. And what is then what is technical? So technical again means if somebody who is managing or who is providing rendering services may have certain skills which is called a technical skills, maybe in the field of art, in the field of science, maybe in some field of profession. So in that scenario, it is a very specific one as compared to the managerial services. Then the third term which is used is consultancy services. Now again this is a very generic term. So if we compare it with the managerial and the technical services, then consultancy is a generic term which is used to provide any advisory, for a small business processes. So if we will see, these three terms, they have some common overlappings and also some independent meanings. So both these three terms has been used so that the coverage can be made wide. But at the same time, we need to understand certain exclusions and inclusions. So the inclusion is very lump sum consideration. It is not like if you are paying for one time or many times. If it is paid for one time, that is also covered. Paying for many times, it is covered. If it is covered under the managerial, technical and consultancy services. And the exclusion is outside that, like for the construction, assembly and mining or similar projects, because and the salary, because these two aspects is being treated separately. So the fee for technical services is till now not been identified by even the OECD, which is an organization of the developed countries. But the UN has also included very recently in 2017 as Article 12A. So this particular fee for technical services, but still the India is having fee for technical services in most of its tax treaties while negotiating. So as such, India has carved out this particular concept from the business income, from the royalty income, which is not covered there. Then the Indians are carved out this in a fee for technical services. So having said that, now we need to understand how we have to test while performing our obligation under Section 195 as a chartered accountant, how, or as an from the industry, how we will test the transactions on the touchstone of this particular provision. So first of all, we need to understand the nature of the transaction. So how we will understand the nature of transaction? For understanding the nature of transactions, there must be a contract, or if there is no contract, then obviously there is some invoice which is coming in. So in invoice it is being written what type of services you are getting and what type of service is providing. And if it is not being clarified from that particular things, then obviously we need to understand what is the nature of the business of the payer, what is the nature of the business of the provider, or whether the service provided by the non-resident is a specialized service which may be covered under the managerial, technical and consultancy services, or is a general service. Like if a non-resident providing agency services sitting outside India for effecting sales, it is not covered under this aspect, because it is a general service. It is not a specialized service. So having understood all those things, having analyzed all those things, then every aspect, understand the nature of the income, then every nature of that income has to be test on the touchstone of this particular provision. The first important thing which I would like to state, because there are certain exclusion when the income is paid by the resident person. So first of all, if it is being paid by the resident person for his business or profession outside India, is not covered here. Like if a resident would like to explore some business outside India and for searching or for some type particular getting certain information for opening a branch outside India, if he has taken such type of services for that particular business, then it is not covered here. The second aspect, the second exclusion is basically relating to the earning any income from a source outside India. So most of the technology company, they are having a branch all over the world, and for earning branch income, they are paying to the non-resident so many incomes. But this income may be excluded out of that particular clause, exclusion. At the same time, with the nature, because the managerial, technical and consultancy services. Now in the age of the technology, there are so many services is being provided without the human intervention. Like is digital adding. So there are so many services, like we are working on a SaaS model. So if somebody is providing services which are fully automated and very less human interventions, may not be covered over here. because there is a landmark case in the Bharti Cellular Limited, it has been categorically said there must be a human intervention. Not only that, the human intervention it should be consistent or constant. So if it is not there, then it is not covered under fee for technical services here. So the transactions is being excluded out of certain exclusions and also certain exceptions. Then in most of the cases, if you see in most of the cases it is not fee for technical services as per the definition of the Income Tax Act, because this particular provision has been added into the as a deemed to accrue arise in India. It's a concept created by India. It is not recognized word over, but India has emphasized and negotiated within its treaties with so many restrictions, and we will see in our next talk how the DTAs of the many countries even not included this particular concept into their double taxation tax treaties. And if somebody has included, it has provided a very restrictive definition of this fee for technical services. So these particular things has also been imbibed into the income tax provisions, because section 9 is a very specific provision which deemed certain income of the non-resident as taxable in India. So because it is a deeming fiction, then the interpretation should be very strict, and whenever we would like to test any particular transactions on the touchstone of this particular provision, then we should take a very strict interpretation on this. So just to make you aware, like there are so many companies which transactions may not be taxable in India, then obviously you need not to go to the DTAA. So in the next section, we will talk how the fee for technical services has been dealt with in various DTAs. Till then, thank you so much.